out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Hayden.
And today we bring you a special episode. We bring you the BoW 100. We were taking a look. Every year we see the PWI 500. They do their list in the magazine, and we and Hayden were like, we want to do that, but in our own way. We want to do 100 wrestlers, tag teams across wrestling, rank them, and make them feel a little bit more special. So that's what we've done. We have women, we have men, and we have tag teams, and we have ordered them, and we are going to talk about them. Hayden, let's talk about them.
Yeah, so this is kind of we wanted to do our own little rankings thing to kind of show where we feel the wrestlers stand throughout the last year. This kind of is going counter into our 1 year anniversary, which is coming up next month. So we're kind of starting this right when we started the podcast. So that's why we're kind of doing it at this time. Our criteria for the three lists is we started last year, June 2025. Anything that happened from that month all the way until the end of May 2026. So 1 full year of everything that happened, and that's the stats we used to rank our fighters and wrestlers in this. Like I said, we're kind of doing this in honor of the PWI 500, it started in 1991. It gives ranks the 500 wrestlers every year. It's a big deal to be number one in that. Then they started doing the women's PWI 250 in 2008. And then in 2020 is when they brought in the PWI Tag Team 100. So we kind of did that in a similar vein, but there's only 2 of us and we don't have an entire team of writers. So we decided to slow it down and do the BoW men's 50. So we, dropped 450 guys. So it's a tinier list. It's a smaller list. It's a more exclusive list. We did the BoW Women's 25 and the BoW Tag Team 25. So we put all those 3 lists together, and we're calling this the BoW 100. So a little bit of an honor to the PWI there. So they're the originators, and we just want to kind of give our own little take about where we think the wrestlers stand right now. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see. We know how these lists turn out. We're excited to see how people feel about them, and I'm ready to go whenever you are. So
I'm ready to go.
Okay, so I think we'll start with tag teams. Now, we do want to mention before we start that we had a few tag teams that we have in honorable mentions that didn't make the list. Teams like the Mostly Machine Guns and Fraxium from WWE, the Vandy Project down in NXT, and the Irresistible Forces from WWE. So those are a few of the tag teams that didn't make our list. But I think I'll let you kick it off with the top 25 tag team list, so you can get started.
Okay, coming in at number 25, we've got the Kabuki Warriors. Picking up 3 wins throughout the year and having 1 tag team title reign throughout the year, but only 25 on our list. Had a good year.
And I do want to say for this tag team one, the wins are only when they're a tag team. So like Asuka, we don't get counted for like Asuka's singles wins, Kairi Sane's singles wins. It's only when they're tagging as the Kabuki Warriors. So if people are like, why do they only have 3 wins? That's the criteria used to get the wins. So.
And unfortunately for the Kabuki Warriors, this will be the one and only time they are on our list because they are no longer a tag team because Kairi got fired and Asuka retired.
Yes.
Coming in number 24, we've got Los Garza, WWE and AAA tag team, 4 wins and a AAA tag team title reign.
Mm-hmm.
At number 23, we've got the Judgment Day men's side of things. We separated the men and the women, so you got Finn Balor and JD McDonough. They had, or I guess Dom too, any combination of them. 4 wins for them and a World Tag Team title win. Coming in at number 22, 22, right? I already lost it.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah. You
We've
have
got
to do it one over what it is
we've got
when you read the list.
Priest and Truth, Damian Priest and R-Truth,
New
WWE
tag team.
Tag Team, 7 wins and a tag team title reign that they are currently still the champions of as of recording this. And then at number 21, we've got Cage and Cope, Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, AEW Tag Team with 5 wins and an AEW Tag Team reign that they still have right now. And at number 20, we've got Dark State NXT Tag Team, which a little high for an NXT Tag Team, but we respect them. 10 wins and 2 separate NXT Tag Team title wins.
Then we move on to number 19. It is the team of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. They had 6 wins this year, and they had a World Tag Team title reign. At number 18, we had the New Day. Now, the New Day only ended up with 1 win, and they didn't have any title reigns. But they had some memorable moments throughout the year, turning heel and doing a few things. So we gave them the respect to be up there at number 18. Number 17, we have Judgment Day, the women's side. That would be Liv and Roxanne and Raquel. They ended up with 5 wins throughout the year and a women's tag team title reign. Then at 16, we have the Hurt Syndicate, which was Lashley and Shelton Benjamin in AEW. They had 6 wins and an AEW tag team championship reign. Then we have the the White Six, I'm sorry. Coming in at number 15, the White Six. They had 9 wins, and they had a WWE Tag Team title reign. They also had a huge win at SummerSlam, winning the 4-way TLC match. So that was pretty big for them. And then right above them at 14 was the MFTs. They ended up with 10 wins and a WWE Tag Team title reign that they took from the White Sixes. They ended up winning that feud with them in that street fight. That kind of finished it off. So we felt they deserved a little bit of spot ahead of them. So
Coming in at number 13, we've got Rio. 8 wins, obviously Rhea and Io. 8 wins as a tag team and a women's tag team title reign. At number 12, it's The Vision. So any combination of Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Austin Theory has 10 wins and a world tag team title win. Coming in at number 11 is the Usos with 6 wins and a world tag team title win. At number 10, we've got the Young Bucks with 22 wins, but no championships in their year. But still, 22 wins is pretty impressive. At number 9, we've got Jet Speed with 21 wins and 2 separate AEW Trios tag team title wins.
Okay. At number 8, we got the Babes of Wrath. They had 11 wins, and they were the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Then, around above them, at number 7, we have Divine Dominion, who ended up beating them this year for the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. And they had 12 wins throughout the year. At number 6, we had Pagano and Psycho Clown from AAA. They had 9 wins and just recently lost their AAA Tag Team Championships. And now we get to the top 5 tag teams of this last year, 2025-2026. Number 5, Brody King and Bandito. Is that how you say his name, Bandito?
Yes, Bandito.
Yeah. They had 13 wins and were the AEW Tag Team Champions. They had a nice reign throughout the year. They had some big feuds throughout the year. Some really good matches, and we felt like they deserved. Both of them came out of there having good singles runs too, but that tag team really elevated both of them, so we thought they deserved to be in the top 5. So
at number 4, it's Flair and Bliss. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss getting 16 wins and a women's tag team title win that they beat the Kabuki Warriors for.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them, I mean, they wrestled as a tag team basically the whole year. So they were pretty impressive throughout, having good reigns and good matches. So number 4 is a good spot for them, and the highest WWE tag team left on our list.
Yep, they kind of dominated the tag team scene this year, and to be fair, probably the most memorable WWE tag team this year. So
Probably.
they had a really good chemistry. So at number 3, we have the Knockout Bros from New Japan Pro Wrestling. They had a pretty long IWGP tag reign this year, and they had 26 wins. So they ended up picking up some big wins against TMDK at Genesis. So they had a really hot year. So they deserve to be up there at number 3. So
The number 2 team on our list is the Hardy Boys. 22 wins, a TNA tag team title win, an NXT tag team title win, and a Hog tag team title win, and they held the TNA and NXT titles at the same exact time.
double champs. So Hardy's still kicking it in 2025, 2026. So good for them. And the number 1, the first annual number 1 in the BOW Tag Team 25 FTR. 25 wins. They were the AEW Tag Team champions. They had great feuds throughout the year. This last feud with Cage and Cope was one of the best feuds in tag team wrestling that's been going on recently. They pretty much have been carrying the tag team division over in AEW for the last few years, and they were really on their game this year, picking up a bunch of wins. So good for FTR to pick up the number 1 spot.
It had to be them.
Yeah, I was when we were doing the list, I was on the fence about the Hardys having that run, but with FTR being in the AEW and Hardys kind of dominating TNA and NXT, it's hard to put the Hardys over FTR in terms of the global appeal of the tag team. I mean, they're the Hardys, but it's like you're still doing TNA. How many people are actually watching what they're doing? So we kind of had some little bit of that into. You want to make sure if you're the number 1 tag team in one of the top 2 promotions, you're probably going to have a little more sway than being the top tag team in TNA. So
we gave them 2. We gave them number 2 though.
Yeah, they deserve to. But congratulations, FTR.
Woo!
That's big, and we'll see where everybody stands in the tag team division next year. So now we'll move on to the BOW Women 25. This was a lot harder to go through because there was a lot of women that were on their A game this year. So let's start with some honorable mentions. A lot of people in this honorable mentions are people that just didn't put in a lot of time this year. AJ Lee only had 4 wins, so she didn't make it.
4 times.
Yeah. Well, no, she wrestled more than 4 times. She had 4 wins, but she lost at WrestleMania. She had the Intercontinental run. We had people like Maxine, the Bella twins were in this. Paige just coming back, didn't get a lot of run. A few women that were really close, but just didn't make the list was like Julia with her 2 United States title reigns. We didn't
Chelsea.
put in Chelsea, Roxanne, or Raquel from Judgment Day because they really just kind of stayed in the tag team division. They didn't do a lot outside of that, so they kind of stayed out of it for us.
Bailey's a big one missing out.
Bailey just didn't get a lot of time. She had 8 wins, but just didn't really do anything. So yeah. And with this BOW Women 25, we did have an honorary spot put in for Naomi, who in our time frame only had 3 wins, which included winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing in and winning the Women's World title, and defending it at SummerSlam. Now, she would have continued on throughout the year. I'm sure she would have been really high on our list. But with her getting pregnant and not being there,
darn big Jim,
we wanted to at least recognize her with an honorary spot. That also kind of goes for Bianca, who hasn't been there all year. Just want to mention her that she would probably be up in this list, but with her pregnancy and injury, she hasn't been wrestling.
Darn Montez.
So. Just want to mention a few of those women that should be up in this list, but because of certain circumstances are not. So congratulations to them on the pregnancies, and we'll give them those honorary spots. So I'll let you start off this one with the number 25 spot.
All right, coming in the BOW women's list, we've got at number 25, Lyra Valkyria getting 12 wins and a Women's Intercontinental Championship reign. At number 24, it is Mina Shirakawa out of Ring of Honor and AEW. 26 wins and didn't have a technical title. She had the interim ROH Women's Championship, but not an
Mm-hmm.
actual like main championship. At number 23, it is Charlotte Flair. 22 wins and a Women's Tag Team Championship win that we talked about already. And then above her at 22 is Alexa Bliss, her tag team partner with 25 wins and also that Women's Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm.
At
Yeah,
number
looks like
20,
some big stuff going on
yeah,
for her this year.
yeah.
So.
At 21, we've got Sol Ruka, little
Mm-hmm.
upstart. 15 wins, North American Championship, Speed Championship, and Women's Intercontinental title that she currently holds right now. And she held the North American Championship and Speed Championship at the same time. And then at number 20, we've got Masha Slamovich from TNA, 13 wins, a Knockouts title, and a JCW championship.
Nice, pretty good. At number 19, we have Tatum Paxley from NXT. She ended up with 15 wins, and she was the NXT Women's Champion and just recently had a reign as the NXT North American Women's Champion. So, pretty good year for the up and comer. Then we had Alex Windsor. She had 29 wins. She was the Rev Pro champ, and she won the NWGP. And what did I say?
NJPW.
NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong title. So at number 18, Alex Windsor. Then we have Saya Kamitani. She wrestles over at Stardom in New Japan. 42 wins. She was the World Stardom Champion throughout the year and the NJPW Strong Champion. Then at 16, we had Suri from New Japan and Stardom. She had 39 wins, and she had the IWGP Women's Championship. And at 15, we have Chris Statlander from AEW. 26 wins. She was the AEW Women's World Champion and the EVE International Champion throughout the year.
At number 14, we've got Io Sky. 15 wins, a Women's World Championship, and a Women's Tag Team Championship. At number
Whoa.
13, it is JC Jane. 17 wins, two separate NXT Women's Championships, and a TNA Knockouts Championship. Big year for her.
Belt collecting.
At number 12, it is Tiffany Stratton. 16 wins, a WWE Women's Championship, and the current United States Champion.
Mm-hmm.
At number 11, it is Mercedes Moné, the belt collector. 21 wins, a TBS title, a CMLL championship, and the ROH TV championship, among other things.
Yes, plus lower level ones that we just didn't count for our stats. But yes, she was belt collecting this year for sure.
At number 10, it is Toni Storm. 20 wins and an AEW Women's Championship.
Yep, big moments for Tony this year. So beat Monet, beat Athena, beat Sharif. So definitely deserved to be up there in the top 10. So then we come in at number 9, and we got Willow Nightingale. She had 30 wins this year and was a TBS and AEW Women's Tag Team Champion. At number 8, we have the record-setting Athena. 26 wins, had some big matches this year, and is the longest reigning ROH Women's Champion, and still holds that title today.
It's crazy.
At 7, we got Tekla. 28 wins and is the current AEW Women's Champion. She had a really big coming out year this year, so good to see her stepping up. At 6, we had Becky Lynch coming in with 11 wins and a 3-time Intercontinental Champion this year. So she was really passing that belt around to people. So. And now we've hit our top 5. And at number 5, we have the Storm, Jade Cargill. She ended this year with 17 wins. She was the Queen of the Ring in 2025 and was the WWE Women's Champion, winning that title from Tiffany Stratton. She held that title all the way to WrestleMania, where she lost to Rhea. But she definitely was putting in some good work this year. So it was good to see Jade really stepping up. So
At 4, we've got La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. 19 wins, a women's world title that she took to WrestleMania, and the Crown Jewel Championship as well.
awesome, awesome. At number 3, we had Shuri from New Japan Pro Wrestling. 34 wins. She was a two-time IWGP Women's Champion, a New Japan Pro Wrestling the Strong Champion. She defeated Sari and Saya Kamitani throughout the year. She actually ended up beating Kamitani to win the Strong title and keep her IWGP Women's title at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Um, Later on, at New Beginning USA, she beat Athena. She really is the queen of the Stardom and New Japan women's scene right now, and we want to give her some big recognition for that. So
Number 2 is Liv Morgan. She's the current women's world champion and the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, going to
mhm.
WrestleMania and beating Stephanie Vaquer for that title.
Big year for Liv. So, and the number one women for the BOW Women's 25 is Rhea Ripley. 27 wins. She won the Elimination Chamber to go to WrestleMania, won the women's title at WrestleMania, and had a women's tag team title reign with Io throughout the year. She was part of some amazing matches throughout the year.
She had that great
Um,
match with Io at Evolution.
the Io match at Evolution, and then we had the triple threat match at SummerSlam. Her and Io were an amazing tag team throughout the year. They were putting on some great matches, especially with the Kabuki Warriors and Flair and Bliss. And then when she finally got back into that main event scene, took advantage of it and really showed off. And she showed why she's the face of WWE's women's division. She's the one that is the star right now. So she deserves to be number one. Liv, we had the discussion about Liv. Um, I just think Rhea's a bigger star right now, and I think she was more consistent throughout the year. Liv didn't really do much. She got the big Royal Rumble win, and then she didn't really wrestle until WrestleMania, and then she hasn't really wrestled since then. So Rhea's been pretty consistent throughout the year, even in like 6-man tags and stuff like that. So got to give her that workhorse ability. Give her credit for that. So that's why we have Rhea Ripley as the number one in the BOW Women's 25. So now we move on to the BOW Men's 50. And this was a challenge. We painstakingly went through hundreds of guys trying to figure out who the top 50 guys were this year. Some of the guys that didn't make this list: Logan Paul, Steve Macklin, Andrade, Karrion Kross, Tommaso Ciampa, Damian Priest, Bobby Lashley, Josh Alexander, Solo. Just so many guys that had good years. Like, those guys had good years. And that's one of the things with our list. It's going to be a lot more exclusive. When you're reading the PWI 500, you're getting a list of 500 guys in that list. You're going to get to the 400s and not know who some of these guys are. With our list, it's going to be pretty exclusive, and it's going to be hard to get into our list. You got to have a really good year to get in here. So we try to keep it as close as possible, trying to make sure we get the right guys in there. We did have a couple guys that we decided to keep out as honorable mentions. One of those guys was AJ Styles, who retired at the Royal Rumble. He had 13 wins this year in a World Tag Team title reign, but we felt like he really was never in like the big time main event pictures throughout the year. But we still wanted to honor his year with an honorable mention. And the other guy that we had in there was Hiroshi Tanahashi, who retired at Wrestle Kingdom. He did end up having 49 wins this year in that first half of the year, but most of them came in like nothing 6-man tags. So they were really protecting him on his way out. putting him in good matches, so just to get some wins. So he's a legend. We figured we wanted to at least give him an honorable mention, legacy kind of spot in the first ever BOW men's 50. So I'll start it out at number 50. We had the Viper, Randy Orton. He only ended up having 8 wins this year. And he did get the main event of WrestleMania, but he just he wasn't really consistent. He was gone a lot. And so he comes in at number 50. At 49, we have El Hijo del Vikingo from AAA. He only had 7 wins this year, but he was the AAA Mega Champion and now is the current AAA Latin American Champion. So he might be on a good path to come back. At 48, we had L.A. Knight. Yeah. Only had 13 wins this year. Got the big win at WrestleMania, but he didn't really do a whole lot in terms of like titles or anything. So. Then at 47, we had Nick Nemeth in TNA. He had 15 wins. He had a TNA Tag Team title run, and he's the current Call Your Shot winner. And as of this, he is actually going on to be in the main event of Slammiversary to take on Mike Santana. So he could be on the path next year to go pretty far. 46, we have Kevin Knight from AEW. He had 38 wins, and they came with a 2-time AEW Trios Tag Team Champion and is the current AEW TNT Champion, just joining the Don Callis family. Gabe Kidd came in at number 45. He was in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in AEW this year. He had 27 wins. He was an IWGP Global Champ and was an AEW Trios Tag with the Dogs. And he actually just returned from his injury at Dominion this weekend. So now we go on to number 44.
At number 44, it is Javon Evans. 25 wins, but no championships at all. Just vibes for Javon. And he did pretty good. Had some pretty crazy spots throughout the year. He had the crazy OG cutter off the ladder on Rusev at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty awesome. At number 43, we have El Grande Americano. 20 wins, including a WWE Speed Championship and a Rey de Reyes winner in AAA. Then at number 42, we have Will Ospreay, 16 wins, and he had the Never 6-Man Tag Team Championship. Then at number what?
Just too injured.
Just got a little bit injured. He's going to be up there next year.
Yep. Especially with the way it's going with the Owen Hart tournament. So.
At number 41, it is Ethan Page, 20 wins, including a North American Championship in NXT and a AAA Mixed Tag Team Championship. And that North American title was on track to be the longest reigning, but he fell just short.
Mm-hmm.
And then at number 40, it is the bald man himself, Ricochet. 29 wins and had the AEW National Championship this year.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then at 39, we got Carmelo Hayes. He had 17 wins and had the United States Championship. At 38 is Hiroki Gato. He had 24 wins. He was the IWGP World Champion at one point and the never open 6-man tag team champion. Then at number 37, we have Finn Balor. He had 9 wins, had some big time moments, had some big wins against Dom at WrestleMania, had a few good matches against CM Punk, and just seems like he's about to be getting ready to break out. So he comes in at number 37. At number 36 is Braun Breaker. He basically, starting out the year, took over for the Vision, taking out Seth Rollins. He ended up having 12 wins this year. Didn't have any titles, but had some big-time matches like Main Event Raw, and really kind of been stepping up this year in a big way. Then at 35, we have Sami Zayn. He ended up with 19 wins this year. He was a two-time United States champion. And the way it's looking right now, he's looking like he's really getting ready to step into the main event scene. So we'll see where Semi ends up next year. But he comes in this year at number 35.
At number 34, we've got Frankie Kazarian. He was 15 wins this year, and he had the TNA Heavyweight Championship. At number 33, we have John Cena. 6 wins, the WWE Championship, and the Intercontinental Championship.
Plus
At
some
number
great
30,
matches.
and some great matches, yeah. That SummerSlam match
AJ.
with Cody's pretty good.
Yep, Cody, AJ at Crown Jewel. So
At number 32, it is Yoto Tsuji with 53 wins, including a IWGP Heavyweight Championship and 2 IWGP Global Championships. At number
yeah, and
31,
sorry, but
oh,
he just actually just at Dominion this weekend. He just won back the IWGP title. So
nice.
he's on the right path. Now, one thing I do want to say while we're in this spot with a lot of New Japan guys and TNA guys is that when you look at the stats, and he's got 53 wins and IWGP, 2 IWGP Globals, those are big, but a lot of a thing is when we're ranking this list, you are going to have to do something really amazing to get up there over the WWE and AEW guys. Because when I look at this stuff in a ranking system, it's global appeal for these guys too. And WWE and AEW are just on another level. Now, New Japan is really close. AAA is really close. CMLL is really close. But if you're not in the WWE and AEW, it's you got to really be bringing in some really good stuff to be getting up into that range. So
Mhm.
that's just one of the things people
It
are
was
gonna
a
be like,
factor.
why is the WWE guys higher? Some of these WWE guys higher than him, and it's like, well, if he stays consistent and he keeps doing this for us, this is our very first one, so he might make it up there with consistent years like that. But right now, if for us, we watch mostly WWE AEW. We don't get to watch a ton of New Japan. We see highlights and stuff like that, but that's going to influence the way we rank these guys. So just wanted to put that out there to kind of give people a little backstage scene of why we rank guys where we do. So,
Coming in at
but
number 31 is Ricky Saints. 12 wins and an NXT heavyweight title. And then at 30, it is Joe Hendry, 17 wins and also an NXT heavyweight title.
mm-hmm. Then at number 29, we have Kenny Omega, the God of Pro Wrestling. He only had 10 wins, and he had the AEW International Championship. He just was off TV too much. Just didn't really get a chance to do a whole lot this year. At number 28, we have Bandito. He had 40 wins. A lot of those were in tag team action or trios action. He was the Ring Honor Heavyweight Champion. Um, he had won the Dynamite Diamond Ring tournament, and he had the AEW Tag Team Champion with Brody King. So, pretty decent year for Bandito. Then at number 27, we had Jacob Fatu. He only had 6 wins because he was out with that injury, but he was United States Championship in this time frame, and he had the huge win against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. That was a big time spot for him. At number 26, we have Swerve Strickland. 13 wins. Didn't have any championships, but had some big time matches against Kenny Omega, picking up a win over him, and having that kind of ending that feud with Hangman. And then we'll see where he's going. He's actually in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament now, so we'll see where he goes from here. But at number 26, and then at number 25, we have main event Jey Uso eating his way into the top 25. He had 21 wins. He was the World Heavyweight Champion and had a World Tag Team title reign with Jimmy. So that is number 25.
At number 24, it is Leon Slater. 50 wins and was the longest reigning TNA X Division champion. Absolute just domination from him.
Yeah,
Also had the Rev Pro Championship as well, but fantastic, just a fantastic run from him. 50 wins is crazy.
Yeah, probably TNA's face this last year for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. At number 23,
Yep.
it is Darby Allin, 23 wins, and surprisingly, an AEW heavyweight title.
Yeah, one of the better world title reigns I've seen in a long time, defending every single episode.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
At number 22, it is Kyle Fletcher, 31 wins, and that included a two TNT championship reigns and an AEW Trios championship reign. At number 21, it is Zack Sabre Jr. with 52 wins, and that included an IWGP championship, a never openweight six-man championship, and a World Tag League championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then at number 20, it is Mike Santana with 26 wins, and that included two separate TNA heavyweight title wins.
Yep, current TNA champion right now. At number 19, we have Dominic Mysterio, 15 wins. He is the current AAA Mega Champion, two-time Intercontinental Champion. One of those wins coming at Survivor Series over John Cena, so that was a big-time deal for him. At 18, we have Claudio Castagnoli, 29 wins, and he held the CMLL World Title for most of the year. Kind of a lot of those wins came in matches with the Death Riders. He's kind of been the enforcer of that group, so it's good to see him doing something, getting on TV all the time. At number 17, Callum Newman, up and comer in New Japan, part of the United Empire. Kind of Will Ospreay's protege. He ended the year with 50 wins, and he won the IWGP World Championship. He had an IWGP Tag Team title reign, and he was a New Japan Cup winner that got him the number one contendership for the IWGP World title. At number 16, we had Pentagon Jr., 24 wins. He's had some really great matches this year. Intercontinental Champion, survived to WrestleMania in the ladder match. That was a big time win for him. He's picked up some wins recently. He's even defended the title in AAA. At 15, we had Trick Williams.
Whoop that.
Whoop that trick. He started the year with the TNA World Championship and then made his way to the main roster where he became the United States champion at WrestleMania over Sami Zayn. He had 16 wins throughout the year. And then at 14, we have Okada with 24 wins. He unified the Continental and the International Championships to become the unified champion. And he also won the AEW Trios title with the Don Callis family. And then we have 13.
At number 13, it is Hangman Adam Page with 24 wins. And those 24 wins included an AEW heavyweight title and an AEW Trios tag team title. I think that was with Jet Speed that he won that Trios title with.
Yep.
And then at number 12, it is Samoa Joe, 16 wins, a sneaky AEW heavyweight title that Hate forgot, and an AEW Trios championship. At number 11, it is Obafemi, the Ruler. 18 wins and two separate NXT heavyweight titles. Also got to wrestle Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night's Main Event, even though that didn't finish. It still was a pretty big moment for him.
Yep, got the big match there. Got the big match against Brock.
Beat him he got to wrestle Brock at WrestleMania.
He left NXT, relinquished the title, didn't lose it.
Yeah, just left it there.
So that was a big time thing for him too. So, but now we've reached the top 10.
The top 10.
And these are the 10 what we think here at Brothers of Wrestling, the BoW. These are the 10 guys we think deserve to make that top 10. The 10 best wrestlers over the last year from 2025 to 2026. We'll start out with number 10. It is the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. He had 8 wins, one of them being on SmackDown in the 3 Stages of Hell match against Cody Rhodes, where he won the WWE Undisputed Championship. He finally got that breakthrough win. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. He lost to Jacob Fatu, so we'll see where he goes from here. But he had a really good year. He was in the main event most of the time. Won his match at SummerSlam against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll, and was just always consistently in that main event picture, picking on Cody Rhodes and CM Punk guys. So.
At number 9, it is Gunther. Gunther had 13 wins and a world heavyweight title that he beat Jey Uso for. And Gunther's just all around amazing. He retired Goldberg, Bill Goldberg. He retired AJ Styles. He retired John Cena. He went on kind of a little bit of a retirement run here in
Yep.
2025, 2026. And he's
Yep.
just all around amazing.
Yep. Had the big win against Seth at WrestleMania. So that was big for him. So you said he had the world title reign, right?
Yep.
Yep, had the world title reign. Ended up beating Jay on an episode of Raw for that. So he was really consistent. Not many losses to his resume in the last year. Only 13 wins, but he really didn't have many losses. I don't think he had any throughout the year.
And he didn't wrestle for like 2 months.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with WWE now. They're giving guys more time off, so they don't like. That's why a lot of the AEW guys and the New Japan guys have a lot more wins than the WWE guys. The WWE guys are taking a lot more time off. And something we didn't mention that all these wins are strictly TV match wins. We didn't count house shows or anything like that. So these are all strictly anything that would be shown on TV. So next up at number 8, Takeshita. Is that how you say it?
Yes, Takeshita.
Takeshita. I always say it wrong, but I'm trying to say it right because he's the number 8 guy in the BoW Men's 50. He had 35 wins this year. He was on a roll this year. He was the never openweight champion. He won the G1 Climax of 2025, which led to him winning the IWGP World Championship. He was the New Japan TV champion at one point, and currently is the AEW Continental Champion that he won from Okada. So pretty big year for Takeshita.
At number 7, we have CM Punk, Hade's favorite guy.
Lies.
He had 11 wins. He had a world heavyweight title reign that he took to WrestleMania. He had the big match at WrestleMania with Roman Reigns.
Yep, main event.
Just a great year for Punker, and hasn't been on TV since WrestleMania, but I'm assuming he'll come back pretty soon and do some big stuff. I think he's reportedly moving to SmackDown, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe we get the Cody thing. But Punk comes in at 7. Strong year for him, even in his old age.
Yep, he had a pretty good year. So at number 6, the man who made a point to just torture CM Punk this year, Seth freaking Rollins. Only ended up with the 8 wins because he was hurt, but those 8 wins included the Money in the Bank ladder match, winning the World Heavyweight Championship in the Ruse of the Century against CM Punk at SummerSlam, and then going on to defeat Cody Rhodes in the Crown Jewel Championship match to claim that title too. Now he did end up getting hurt, get kicked out of the division, but he's come back. He's beat Braun Breaker a few times, so he's had a pretty good year. So was able to wrestle at WrestleMania, had a good match against Gunther. Didn't end up winning, but yeah, Seth Rollins deserves to come in at number 6. And now we go to number 5.
Number 5. He knows Seth Rollins very well.
Mm-hmm.
It is Jon Moxley. They're working him like a dog over there. 45 wins. And those wins include an AEW heavyweight title and an AEW Continental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And was part of that huge main event match with Hangman, where Hangman ended up going over on him.
Yep. Kind of like he was kind of holding that hostage, and then
Yeah, had it in a
finally
briefcase
took the
and
title
everything.
for him, so. Yep, he's the workhorse of AEW, and he's the man that's really carrying them on his back right now. So, and then we have at number 4, Mystico from the CMLL, but he also wrestles a lot in AEW. This man. Now, a lot of these were tag teams and 6-man tags, but this man picked up 108 wins this year.
That's still a lot, even if it's 6-man and tag team stuff.
108 wins. He was the CMLL lightweight champion. He's the CMLL trios champion. He won the AEW trios championship with Jet Speed. He won the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions this year and won the Opera Cup in Major League Wrestling. He has been doing it all on the independent scene, and we wanted to recognize him and put him at number 4.
And these are just wins too. 108 wins. He might have
Yes,
had
he
like
had a
150
lot more
matches.
Yes, he had a lot more matches. So we go to the
Okay.
top 3.
We get to the top 3.
I would call this the big 3 of wrestling right now.
Let's
In
get
terms of the
serious
men.
now. It's the top 3. We need to just everybody just if you're driving in the car, put your one up.
Okay.
If you're in your on your couch, put your one up because the tribal chief has come in at number 3. Only 6 wins, but when you're the tribal chief, when you're Roman freaking Reigns, you don't need to have more than 6 wins.
No, you
He
don't.
has the world heavyweight title that he currently holds, and he was the 2026 Royal Rumble winner.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns is our number 3.
And the thing about that is, like, I'm sure somebody listening to this is going to be like, you put Roman Reigns ahead of Mystico. Roman Reigns has 6 wins. Mystico has 108 wins. Well, like I said, Mystico, a lot of those were in 6-man tags and tag team matches. Roman Reigns has 6 wins, but all 6 of those wins are super impactful.
Main event of WrestleMania Night 2.
Main event
One
of
tribal
WrestleMania.
combat.
Winning tribal combat at Clash of the League, beating Jacob at Backlash, winning the Royal Rumble. He won a tag team match with Jay at SummerSlam against Division. He's not like wrestling matches on Raw, and he's not wrestling matches on SmackDown. All the matches he has, those 6 wins, they're all big time, high profile matches, and that's why, especially when you're main event in WrestleMania, after winning the Royal Rumble and winning the title in the main event match, there's a reason that he's the number 3 guy on this list. Now, number 2 is not my favorite guy, but I have a lot of respect for the man and the thing he brings to the table, and that is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. 17 wins, 2-time WWE Undisputed Champion, won the King of the Ring over Randy Orton, won WrestleMania Night 1 main event also over Randy Orton, was able to beat John Cena at SummerSlam to win one of those WWE Undisputed Championships. Basically a passing of the torch moment for him as the face of the company. And there's not much you can. I mean, I have a lot of problems with Cody Rhodes just in general in terms of the wrestling, but in terms of character work and where he stands in the company, it's hard to get much better than him when it comes to WWE. Him and Roman Reigns are in a class of themselves in WWE right now. They're the 2 alphas. Ever since about WrestleMania 39 to 40, they've become the 2 alpha males in WWE. And with Cody being around more and doing a little bit more, that's why we put him ahead of Roman. But those 2 guys are your head and shoulders top guys in WWE right now. And I was happy that Cody got the number 2 spot because I love who got the number 1 spot in this. So
Our number 1, the winner, the top of the BoW men's 50 is MJF.
the devil himself.
19 wins, 2 separate AEW heavyweight titles. He recently joined with that second AEW title, joined the illustrious group of 3 world titles under 30.
Yep.
Had the CMLL heavyweight title, won the Casino Gauntlet, and saved his hair by beating Darby Allin to win back the title. So
that might be his biggest win of the year, saving his hair.
So MJF comes in at number 1. He is the best wrestler of 2025-2026.
Yep, he put on some amazing matches this year. Even when he was with the championship, he had the match against Kenny Omega. the God versus the Devil match, where he ended up beating Omega in that match. He had the great character stuff earlier with the Hurt Syndicate, teaming with them, trying to get involved in that before he got back into the main event picture after he won the Casino Gauntlet. MJF's at the top of his game right now. He's
Yeah,
just
if Cody
starting
and
to,
Roman are in a
yeah.
different breed in WWE, MJF's in a different breed in AEW.
Oh, MJF stands above everyone else in AEW. He is the
Even
thing that,
Mox.
yeah, and Mox is like the workhorse. MJF is the star of AEW. When you think AEW, one of the first people you think of is MJF. And good or bad, with him being the heel, I mean, mostly he does bad stuff, but his in-ring work is top notch. His mic skills are top notch. He will put on the matches. He puts people over. I mean, throughout this year, he did the job for Brody King where he choked him out. He did the job for Darby Allin in that match where Darby Allin won the championship. This MJF is what you would consider the wrestler that understands wrestling.
I know
He's
this
not.
didn't happen.
Yes.
This didn't happen in our time frame year, but the stuff he did with Adam Cole with Better Than You, Baby
Yeah, and
is
he can
just
be a face if he wants to. He just doesn't want to, and that's kind of what you like about him, because he can make you cheer for him in a second if he wanted you to. He just doesn't want you to. So MJF's at the top of the game right now in terms of wrestling. There's not much
and
he can't do.
I
So
think that if you're a wrestling fan that has that knows what's going on, that's been following for consistently, I think you knew our top three was going to be MJF, Cody, and Roman in some
yeah,
order.
they're just at a different level in terms of everybody else in wrestling right now. Those are the three guys that have hit that kind of like they're current guys, but they're also top tier guys that whatever they're doing, they're going to be the main event. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go for next year's BOW 100. So right now
Hopefully,
it's
we can
looking
say
good.
that Obafemi is at the top of that list.
Yeah, and there's going to be guys that come up. Obafemi's making his way up. Dominic's making his way up in the King of the Ring tournament.
Will Ospreay is going to be at the top
Yeah,
next year.
Will Ospreay is definitely going to
Kyle
be jumping
Fletcher
up.
hopefully will be at the top.
I mean, Takesha. I mean, he had a great year this year. Just imagine what he's going to do in AEW
Trick Williams.
this next year. So, yeah, Trick's on a good run. So, I mean, there's a lot of young guys that are starting to come up and make their name for themselves in this list. But yeah, I love our top three: MJF, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Those are your three pillars of wrestling right now.
Yep.
They're the guys that are in their prime. They're leading the charge in the main event, and if you want to watch good wrestling, no matter what they're doing, those are three guys to watch. So you got your workhorse guys down there: Mystico, John Moxley, Seth Rollins, Gunther, all those guys in there. But yeah, congrats to MJF. He is the first ever BOW men's 50 winner. So yeah, congrats to him. Congrats to Rhea Ripley. Congrats to FTR.
Yes. Your
And
winners
they,
FTR in the tag team,
mm-hmm.
Rhea in the women's, and MJF in the men's
Yep. So they are the
for
three
2025
winners of the
2026.
BOW 100. And yeah, it was a lot of work to put this together. It was a lot of research and trying to figure out who the best guys were, forgetting a few guys along the way as we were doing it, but remembering them luckily before we did the list. So, but it was a lot of fun. I had a good time doing it, and I really liked the way it turned out. I don't feel like there was any big time snubs. We tried to be as fair as we possibly could. Some guys probably could be up a little higher. Maybe like a Bandito could have been up a little higher. Sammy maybe. But we tried to base it on a lot of things. We had the stats with the wins and the championships, but a lot of it too is aura. It's the whole package of the wrestler throughout the whole year. Um, it's not just about the stats. It's about what they did throughout the year to make headlines, to make themselves known, and yeah, I think we ended up with the three best wrestlers in the world today. So
And to be honest, if we would have put anybody else, like if we would have put Seth Rollins as number one, maybe not many people would have been upset, but people would have been like, "What? Seth Rollins is number one? Why not Cody or MJF or
Mm,
Roman or something like
yeah.
that?" So we ended up with the right guys at the top.
Yep, I agree. And personally, and I know you didn't either, but we didn't use any bias in this. I don't like Cody as a wrestler, but I respect what he does and the year he had and the spot he's in, and that's why he's number two. If I really did respect him, he'd be down at I don't even know if he'd make the list for me in terms of who I like. But we want to keep this list, no politics, no BS. That's our goal around here when we do any of these kind of things. That was our goal when we did the Hall of Fame, and that's our goal when we do the BOW 100. We're not trying to, we don't want to put our personal opinions into it in terms of fandom. We're putting more
Yeah,
into it in terms of what we feel are the best wrestlers, and this is what the list we came up with.
yeah,
So,
you can kill your family and yourself and still make our Hall of Fame.
no, you can't.
Woo!
Stop it. Stop it. There's one out. That's the only out. No, no. You can have a no. Remember, you can have the abusive ring of female wrestlers that you buried throughout your career and make
Oh,
a Hall
right,
of
right,
Fame.
right, right, right.
You
But if you
just
kill
can't murder
somebody,
anybody. You murder people, you're out. Sorry, that's our one draw. Can't do that. No,
we're
no, no.
very strict with our
Yeah,
rules.
that's our one rule. No murder. So, you abusive, horrible person, Hall of Fame. So, horrible person that yells at kids and spits on people, our number one BOW men's 50 winner,
That's how I
MJF.
mean, that's just
That's
good
what you
character
do.
work right there.
That's what you do. Eating, doing a ordering takeout in the or a room service in the middle of a CVV interview. That's how you get the number one spot in the BOW men's 50. That's all I'm saying. So, okay, you got any final thoughts on all three of the lists?
I think we did a really good job. I'd say we are the
Okay,
best
don't
that
give us
ever
too
has
much
done it.
credit. Yeah, yeah.
And we are better than PWI, and we are the greatest of all time. We should be recognized for
Yeah, that's not gonna bite us in the butt later on. That's great. I'm
it.
glad you threw that out there. We're gonna get some kind of weird cease and desist from PWI saying they trash
I
tarnish their
think
whole
that they
system.
should just fold as a company
Yeah,
and
yeah. Well,
just
I'm just
pass
saying if they want us to take it over, we ain't doing PWI 500.
it right to us because we are the only knowledgeable wrestling fans out there.
Doing the BOW 100 was enough work. I ain't doing 500, 100, and 125, whatever it is.
I
250
think my
even.
final thought is if you think this list is wrong, you're stupid and you're dumb.
I always like when we end on insulting the five fans that we have. That's always a great job. So okay, well I'm happy with the list. Congrats to MJF, Rhea Ripley, and FTR.
Woo!
Great ending. Great ending.
So
Peace.
that's the ending.
What do you want to finish this or not?
Well, I thought I was going to do my usual thing.
Then do it.
Oh, okay. And that has been our BOW 100 list. We hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave us a like, leave us a comment on Spotify, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, everything Brothers Wrestling, and we will see you in the next one.
We got to work on production with this thing. Peace.